everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jenny, and this is Creating Crafts with Jenny. And we're still doing Keep It Simple series. And the other day I was thinking about some simple art. And I have seen some simple art where it just looks like somebody just kind of like put a mark on a piece of paper, or mark on a canvas, I should say. And I was like, yeah, but is there, when I look at art myself, or if somebody looks at my art, I would hope that it creates some type of conversation about the art. Like, how did you create this, you know, and what thought went into that sort of thing. Like some of this stuff that's behind me, it's like, how did you do that? That sort of thing. You know, was it a cup pour? That sort of thing. Or you talk to people who are, you know, I can draw a stick figure, that sort of thing. And where this thought came from, I'm not quite sure, but I was thinking about years ago, and I do mean when I was in high school, I was my senior year in high school. I was very into my education. I was ready at that point. I think, you know, it was like high school, and I was getting ready to go into college and that sort of thing. And I was very much so. I had so much going on in high school that I actually got the okay from the principal and my teachers to take night classes, which is interesting because as being an underage kid, I had to get all these sign-offs and actually had to interview with the principal to be able to take an adult learning class at the high school. I know, it's crazy, but I did. But anyway, so I took government at night because I had a full load during the day. But then after that, I took, because these curriculums were showing up in the newspaper, and they had shorthand, so I thought, oh my gosh, that would be kind of cool to take. And back then, I remember my father saying, you know, shorthand would be kind of cool for you, if you could learn it. It would be really, and this was his thoughts. If you could learn shorthand, it would be really cool for you to know this going into college, that sort of thing. I really didn't. I took one like 6-week class, and I'm not saying that did I take shorthand and become a master of it. No, it was not my cup of tea whatsoever. But I was thinking about it the other day because it's kind of a lost art. You don't hear. There's an age range of people who shorthand is no longer, I don't even think it's taught anymore. But there's a certain age of folks out there who still remember shorthand, right? So I thought shorthand would be kind of cool to do in an art form of shorthand. I don't want to say an art, shorthand art form, that sort of thing. No. I'll switch down here so you can see what I'm up to. Oh, before I do that, hit that subscribe button, give me thumbs up, share my videos, and all that sort of thing. So I actually looked up some shorthand, and people who know shorthand know exactly what I'm talking about. People who don't know shorthand are probably like, what is shorthand, that sort of thing. And I will show a picture of what shorthand looks like. The shorthand has words, it has an alphabet, and all that sort of thing. It's a whole language sort of thing. So I thought it would be kind of fun to do. I did a video. I think it was 2 years ago, and it was a kind of like a thing to do at the beginning of a year to take a word and take that word into the new year and really try to pick a word that you can take that word into the new year and and it be your word, that sort of thing. My word was focus. Back when I did this a couple of years ago, it was like I was kind of like felt like I was all over the place in regards to some of the things I was doing in my life, kind of work and that sort of thing. So my word was focus, and that was just something that I picked. So when I was doing the research for picking a word for shorthand, I was looking for the word love and I couldn't find it. And I'm sure it's out there somewhere, but I just couldn't find it, and I didn't really want to have to spell it. And we're getting ready to take off and go to the lake, and so I actually found the word lake, and I thought that was kind of cute, and I found the word cozy. Now I'm going to do my very best to, in shorthand, and it looks simple, to do lake and cozy. And I'll switch you guys down here so you can see what I'm up to. And I've already drawn the line, and I did, still use the canvas boards. There we go. Thank goodness for editing. So, okay, so I'm still using the canvas boards, and no, I'm not going to continue using canvas boards all the time, but they just happen to be out here. I did come in here and I put a little bit of paint. I put like a silver sheen on one and kind of a gold sheen on the other one. Now for shorthand, the line is very important, because what you put above the line and below the line are important. Now, I imagine people who have done shorthand, once I do this, are like, that is not what that word says. But I think it would be a good, cute little conversation piece. And a lot of times, like I said, art is a conversation piece. And somebody who has done shorthand will look at it and say, no, that is not, that what you've drawn on there is not the word for lake. It says something else, that sort of thing. But it's a conversation piece. And I've got some cute little butterflies here, stickers, to make my lake and my word lake and cozy to look cute. So I'm going to do my very best, and I've got a cheat sheet over here too. So on this one, I'm going to do lake, and it's supposed to, here's my cheat sheet. Of course I got a cheat sheet, right? So I'm going to do this, where it has like a straight line up this way, and then it comes down like that. And that is supposed to be lake. And no, I do not, I'm not one of those people that can write and it's like really, really pretty, but I'm just going to literally write the word lake. I just think it'd be cute. I know. Okay, so I'm going to put that one aside. And this next one is cozy, and I tried it twice, and I think this bottom one is closer to what it looked like online. They kind of did this thing here, and then it just kind of went up this way, sort of, kind of. And I'm just going to write cozy. So I've got cozy lake, or lake cozy, or whatever. And then this way. And then I've got these cute little stickers. And guys, this is simple art. And I was thinking the other day, I have a friend who studied the hieroglyphics. And I thought about her, and I was like, she probably is like, yeah, that's a lost art too, so much of language gets lost as the years progress, right? So yeah, it happens, right? It sure does. So I'm just going to put these cute little butterflies on here, and I'm just going to here. So there you have it. So there is my little shorthand cozy lake, and I think that's really cute. It's nothing fancy. It's just really simple art, and yeah, like I said, I will show kind of like what shorthand looks like, that sort of thing. Hopefully this is fairly close to what it really is supposed to be saying. But again, it's a conversation piece, right? Somebody comes in and goes, what in the world? I'm like, I tried to do shorthand and this is what it is. And then somebody who really truly knows shorthand will be like, no, it's supposed to look more like this or that sort of thing. Right? I know. All right, so yeah, that's basically what it is, and there you have it. But I am really itching to do a paint pour. Although I'm enjoying doing this spatial, keep it simple art, but I do have a whole bunch of other fun things coming your way in regards to the simple art. So, and we are going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to get off here and do some other things. And what do I always tell you guys? Go out there. Be absolutely awesome. Do your thing, and I'll see you in my next video. Talk to you soon. Bye.